On this episode of Carnival Fever, we find out why Atlanta has two carnivals. Atlanta Carnival. Atlanta has two carnivals. Yeah, right? Sounds crazy. Two carnivals. One's in the city of Atlanta, and then there's one in DeKalb, which is DeKalb County, which is right next to the city of Atlanta. It's kind of like Brooklyn, Queens, that type of borough situation. So anyhow, this is a lot of drama in Atlanta Carnival with these two carnivals, and I just wish they would just get it together. They just have one. We used to have one, but it was some drama with the president of the Carnival Association, and she had problems. I don't want to speak on it because I don't really know. I wasn't in the room. We just know that it's two carnivals. And it was some drama about some money situation. You don't hear stuff to the grapevine. I don't know who was wrong, who was right, whatever. But all the bands left Atlanta and went to DeKalb. But before they did that, they had actually two carnivals in the city of Atlanta. Two carnivals in one city. Going down the same street, breaking off to different areas. It was mayhem. It was crazy. I don't know. So, first thing first is, okay, let's figure out what designs we're going to do. Find the suppliers, go through that, trying to get some information from them, trying to find the best prices, blah, blah, blah. After you find your theme, your designers, order your material ASAP, okay? So I'm ordering my material, waiting for that to come. This carnival season, we're in DeKalb County, and we're going to go to this new site, Stonecrest Mall. Now, we didn't know that we was going to do it at the Stonecrest Mall because all of these things develop as you go type situation. And it seems to be the trend with any type of organization. You have to plan for the bullshit. So it was a lot of things coming. In later after registration. So we started the registration process in about, I want to say, my husband and I, my business partner, my love. We started the registration process. We started discussing it probably about a year and a half before we actually decided to okay, let's jump in. And so we started the registration process probably like in August or October. I don't know. Okay, so look, I have to go to a meeting now, and it's like these meetings are super long because it's a lot of bands. It's 23 bands this year, so that's gonna be a lot of people, a lot of conversation, a lot of opinions and so forth, but luckily we all just get along. So I race there, of course, because I'm always on CP Caribbean people time. That's even worse than black people time. But not as bad as Haitian people time.
The band leaders registration. That was really interesting. I mean, me being kind of a corporate kind of person, I think anything that is worth something has to have a fair amount of organization. So I was really excited to kind of go and see how this whole troop band leader organization was organized. Was it something that was like really loose or stringent or what have you? Anyway, I was pleasantly surprised. They seemed fairly poised as a group. They seemed to know who was who, and there was some structure. There were clearly people who were the leads and clearly people who were just participating.
The Band Leaders Council, shout out to them. They're awesome. Everybody on there. The people that are on the board are actually band leaders themselves. So it's all band leaders, and everybody comes together and trying to create a great atmosphere.
There did seem to be a little bit of infighting, pushing and pulling, but that's kind of what you'd expect. Kind of like a city council. So
first meeting, everything was great. Met all the band leaders, which I knew most of them from being on the carnival scene anyway. So
it was nice to meet some of the players in the game, so to speak, especially at the higher level.
Anyway, we got to the meeting, met everyone, registered, got the information about how everything works, the inner workings. That's a whole nother situation. So yeah.
I guess they were a stable group of folks. They got the job done. We're going to dance down the street and shake our booties, and you need someone to go ahead and secure the street and secure the people. So as far as that, I felt that they were probably capable of accomplishing that.
It's not just West Indian people. We want everybody around the globe to have and experience this phenomena, tradition. It's wonderful. It's a great feeling you get. You have fun. It's safe most of the times. If you're, you just gotta be, regular, be extra. So we had to do a media event for Royal Mass, courtesy of the Atlanta band leaders. We all came up with this idea to invite media to spread the news about Carnival in Atlanta.
I guess it's something that's traditional where everyone just kind of like the first show who's going to be at the party type party.
Oakland Memorial Drive in Stone Mountain. Now, that's the Caribbean scene anyway, Stone Mountain, whatever. If you in the A, then you already know about these parties.
Everyone kind of comes out with what they have at the beginnings of their season. You kind of see what's going to be the themes and some examples of kind of what you're up against. For us, it wasn't so much that. For us, it was more about presenting ourselves as a group. Like, hey, we're here. This is Royal Mass. We're here to represent.
So, my media setup was just basically merchandise, Royal Mass shirts, Royal Mass, just little things, stickers, flyers, just giving our name out there and just telling our story and what we're trying to do. Royal Mass, we just want everyone to celebrate royally. Anyhow, we're at Club Bliss, and all the bands that are signed up this year, it was 26 bands that signed up. And so we came to the event as hubby James, DJ Mad Max, T.
We had our flyers, we had our people, we had our camera people.
Who else was there? Imani Ray was there. And of course, my camera guy, who happens to be my brother, shout out to him for hooking us up Mercury shots.
We always knew that we were going to document the process no matter what. I think that was a big part of our band. I actually thought we even mentioned it during that party, like, hey, this is something that we're also doing is documenting this. Because year after year, these bands, and it's the whole, the reason for Carnival Fever as well, year after year, these bands and these great concepts and these great costumes go down the road, and that's it. You never see them again, and there's no record of all of these great things. So we figured at least we're going to make a record starting this year. That's what we decided to do, and when we got there, it was a little bit hairy. They set us next to a huge new group.
We ended up sitting next to Vibes and Vision. Shout out to Vibes and Vision. There's another troupe. They were coming up. This was their first year doing it, but I believe they were attached to another troupe prior years before that. But shout out to them. The girls came out. They represented. Everybody was out. If I can remember, everybody, all the other troops was out there. Shout out to them. I just know they were sitting next to us, so you know.
I think they were offshoot of some other group, but like when they came in, they were pretty big. They had a lot of, like it seemed like a sorority feel. A lot of the same age young women, young leaders type, you know, as well, kind of like Raw Mass. So it was good to sit next to them, get all that energy, and you know, just kind of see who we'd be seeing for some of the rest of the season.
I got a chance to sit down with the other troupe that I used to design for.
I got to see Queen Nika interact with another group that she used to be a part of. I forget their names, but they were a pretty big group, and she had actually just a year before designed the costumes for that group, and so I think everything was paid in full, but I'm not sure. I think there might have been like a little bit of friction there or whatever. But it was kind of funny because I'm like, man, you're meeting the person that gave you the big project where she pretty much did the whole band, everything except financing and putting her name on the project she had done. So it was kind of funny to see that.
And yeah, that was pretty cool running into them and having I thought it was going to be a tense moment, you know, stepping out on your own, seeing your old peoples is like, hey, how are you?
At the height of the Caribbean season, you know, there's no tension. Everyone's, you know, just feeling the love and ready to get the competition on the road. So
we got a chance to go on a stage and introduce our band, Royal Mass.
They invited everyone to come on stage and do a little routine or do a little something to tell, you know, folks who you were. So you know, they were like, oh, if you don't have it, then you don't have to go on stage. But us being who we were, we definitely were going to go on stage.
We got a chance to go on a stage and introduce our band, Royal Mass. We had Amani Ray there with us, and she had a brand new single, which happens to be the theme song of this documentary or this series. Shout out to Amani Ray for coming out and representing with us, and you know, starting this whole situation.
I had never met her. Got to hear her music, and her and her manager were, you know, totally cool, letting us use the music. So that was really cool.
Shout out to Roxanne, her manager as well. I know I'm doing a lot of shout outs. You know, we were up there representing this new troupe. It was pretty cool. It's pretty nostalgic for me because, you know, I'm like, oh, this is a dream come true. I'm kind of living the moment a little bit, but still you're like, oh my God, I gotta now come up with the design, do all this planning, plotting, all this other stuff, and get everything together. Coming up on the next episode of Carnival Fever, designing and building costumes, the joys and the woes.
Rolling down the street with my G's, everybody's looking at me. Who is she? She's so fine now. Everybody wants a Caribbean gal, yeah. Nothing they can say could bother me, 'cause I'm young and I'm living for my life is worth. Trouble with me and the crew